There are many towns east of Zagreb, but there's only one that consistently comes up in the media for good news stories for the economy, and that is the town of Bjelovar, which is about 80 kilometers east. And this town has had incredible success getting EU funds up to 200 million euros. It's got a really good geothermal story. There's a lot of energy in this town, and we've come here today as part of our series Croatia, when the glass is half full, to see 10 ways that Bjelovar is improving.
I'm Dario Hrebak, I'm the mayor of Bjelovar. Come to Bjelovar, see Bjelovar, invest in Bjelovar, live in Bjelovar. Bjelovar is the town in the central part of Croatia. It's around 36,000 people living in it. Last couple of years, we are one of the most modern and progressive towns in Croatia with the lowest tax rate. We are the town that wants to attract young people.
Education obviously is a successful part of economic growth, and Bjelovar is heavily investing in this as well. There are 5 kindergartens in the city, 4 of which are private but are co-financed by the city. And they also have 5 primary schools, including one which is for special needs children and is one of the most developed in the region. But for me, the real story is the university. This is the University of Bjelovar. It's centrally located, and there are between 600 and 700 students here. They have 3 basic courses that they offer in nursing, in IT and in mechatronics. They have a stunning 97% employment rate upon graduation, and this is a group of people who are from Bjelovar or around here who now have the opportunity to remain in their hometown earning decent salaries. This is a great initiative of strong education, building a strong community, and it's great stuff. As part of its commitment to education, the city is also investing in accommodation facilities for students, and behind us you have the student dorm project, which is almost 5 million euros of investment, and here there will be 36 rooms catering to 63 students, and there'll be space enough in this canteen for up to 110 students. So this is very, very close to the university itself, and this is one more way that becoming a student in Bjelovar is a great possibility for the future. Guaranteed job at the end of it, wonderful city to live in during it. One of the sectors where Bjelovar is excelling is in the IT sector, and at the heart of a lot of that is the Bjelovar Technology Park, which was opened in 2014. And this is a unique partnership between the City of Bjelovar and the University of Bjelovar, which are 50% owners of this project. The Technology Park, the city and the university are working very, very closely together. And one of the things that is quite encouraging for me in this area of emigration is the university has a 97% employment rate upon graduation. And in the IT sector particularly, there's enormous competition to get the students, so much so that there are many companies from around Croatia and even internationally who are opening businesses and offices here in Bjelovar to tap into this young talent. And this is enabling young students in Bjelovar to stay in Croatia, to live in their hometown and to earn decent salaries. And one of the nice things about the park is it's working a lot with startups. There are currently 21 companies here, 17 of which are startups. There are 5 locations all around the city. They offer much more than just space. There's mentoring, there's help with promotion, with investment, doing business plans, getting EU funds and so on like that. So there's really this feeling of inclusion. And in 2025, a lot of it is moving to a new facility which is being built in the city, which will also have facilities like conference rooms, seminars and so on like that. One of the most interesting things about Bjelovar is tax, and the mayor here is going to explain why Bjelovar is the most tax advantageous place in Croatia.
We are, for example, in Zagreb we have a tax 24%, in Bjelovar is 18%. On bigger salaries we have in Bjelovar 28 now, that will decrease to 25, and in Zagreb it's 35.
And for businesses starting here, what tax breaks?
We have a tax-free rate. For example, IT sector, if you want to come to Bjelovar, just come, we'll pay the office for you, we'll pay all the expenses for you, just employ our people. We want investors to come, to employ people, and the city budget is collecting through the wages.
Bjelovar is also a city of culture, and it's been investing in its cultural heritage, none more so than the building we're in here called Dom Kulture, or House of Culture. This opened in 1917 as a Jewish synagogue, and you can see outside here the Jewish symbol. It's now been renovated completely and opened in 2021 as a theatre, and behind me you can see a really nicely renovated theatre with 340 seats, which is 100 more than they had in the original theatre before renovation. And for the first time in 60 years there was a professional play quite recently. So this is a town which is investing economically but also in culture for its residents. Connectivity is the most important thing, of course, and for many years we've been hearing about a highway to Bjelovar which would connect it to Zagreb and beyond, and there's been progress on this as well. Tell us what's the latest with the motorway and when do you expect it to open?
The projected finish of this project of highway is next year, finishing next year, December.
And that will connect Bjelovar to Zagreb in what time?
40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Yes.
Wow.
Our goal is to attract investors to invest in Bjelovar, to come here and to take the goods here and to bring them to Zagreb, to the airport and so on.
Sport is another segment where the city of Bjelovar is heavily investing, and there are some great news to see things like the new stadium and the swimming pool. Behind us here though is the original Sokol building, which was the first ever gym in Bjelovar dating back to 1911, and it's now undergoing a complete and utter renovation, and when it's finished it will be there for the school children, for gymnastics, athletics and so on. You have outdoor courts here, and just over there we have the legendary place, the handball court, where the 1972 Partizan Bjelovar team won the European Championships. So a lot of sporting heritage here. In 2022 the NK Bjelovar opened their new stadium, as you can see here, and right behind it is the old stadium which opened in 1955, as well as the old speedway circuit. And it's a really nice spot because you've got 4 high schools and 1 elementary school with 2 gymnasiums, a lot of pitches, a lot of open spaces, and these are great sporting facilities both for the city and for the local students in the schools around. And in addition to this, just to the side here, there will be another recreational park which will be opening as well. So this will be yet more facilities for the kids here, as well as another park opening by the swimming pool. Bjelovar also has a very rich swimming tradition. The first pool opened here in 1906, and back in 1951 it was the first Olympic pool in the whole of former Yugoslavia, and this was again fully renovated for the University Games in 1984. The season here is about 2.5 months long, but up to 30,000 people come and visit this facility during the summer. And what's really interesting for young kids is that over 500 kids learn how to swim every summer here in Bjelovar. As part of the geothermal investment, there's going to be a lot more of a swimming story in Bjelovar, with a Olympic-size geothermal pool as well as additional swimming facilities. So again, this focus on sport in Bjelovar, it's very encouraging. One of the big differences I've noticed going around Croatia, talking to different towns, is their ability to attract EU funds. Some cities are really good at it, some absolutely suck at it. Bjelovar, over 200 million euros. Where's that money come from? Where's it going, and how's it being spent?
From European Union and all of those mayors who are not capable of taking that money. With €1 of our money, we take €5 from the European treasury.
What are the main projects that you've spent that money on?
Definitely spa, but also digital innovation hub, student dormitory, infrastructure, communal, water pipelines, sewer pipelines, and so on. So in Zagreb, they are building it with the taxpayers' money of the citizens of Zagreb. In Bjelovar, we are collecting the money of all those cities who are not capable of using European funds.
The historic centre of Bjelovar is very picturesque, and it's extremely clean, and it really has a very nicely laid out look at it. And if you look at the absolute centre, you have the biggest stone pavilion in all of Europe. The one street to be seen on though is Corzo, which is just off the main square, and this is lined filled with cafes. As part of the renovation of the water and the sewage work, this street was completely renovated at a cost of 1.3 million euros, and it's a really great addition to the social life of the city. One of the stories that gets into the media a lot about Bjelovar is its geothermal potential. And I know that the city has big plans, and in 30 seconds, here's the man that can explain those.
Yes, it's very easy. We had an oil company that wanted to find oil. It founded hot water, but they were not interested for that. And for 70 years, all these locations were intact. We have 50% better gradient than the Hungarians. They have 200 wells with hot water. We only have a couple of them. So we intend to build 3 more wells in Bjelovar. We found that hot water with 83 degrees, ideal for district heating, and we intend in the next 10 years to heat 70% of the households and institutions in Bjelovar and be totally energy sustainable city.
Well, just like Iceland. Perfect.
Just like Iceland. We want to be a new Reykjavik.
One of the areas that the city has to really take care of course, is waste management. And here Bjelovar is also investing a lot of money quite heavily. It's investing in its wastewater management system. But also here we're in Dolina, just outside of the city. And this is a place where a lot of the waste management takes place. Here is a brand new facility for composting and dealing with all the bio-waste, a 1.9 million euro investment, and it's along with Koprivnica among the most modern facilities in the country for this. And behind us, behind there, we have where all the landfill is and where all the recycling is going on, and everything is being separated. We've had more than a 5.9 million euro investment into that as well. It's been a very interesting day, and I've been to a lot of towns and cities in Croatia, and the overriding feeling I've got after a day in Bjelovar is one of organisation, planning, strategy. The motorway is coming, the investment in the geothermal thing is coming, there's investment in the university, jobs are being produced, companies are moving here, low taxation. It's going to be 40 minutes from Zagreb, and I really think that Bjelovar is one of the up-and-coming cities in Croatia. It has a very, very modern approach to government, and overall I think it's been an extremely pleasant day out. It's a great little day trip for anyone wanting to come and explore, and definitely in terms of investment and moving forward, Bjelovar very much gets my thumbs up.